సత్య, నీవు నోట్స్ ఎందుకు రాయడం లేదు?
మాస్టర్ గారు, నేను నోట్స్ రాయలేదు, కానీ మీరు ఏది అడిగినా నేను సమాధానం చెప్తాను.
సత్య, నీ నోట్స్ చూపించు.
నిజంగా మాస్టర్ గారు, మీరు ఏది అడిగినా నేను సమాధానం చెప్తాను.
చాలా మాట్లాడుతున్నావు, లేచి బెంచిపై నిల్చో.
This revealing incident unfolded more than 8 decades ago in this historic place very close to Puttaparthi, Bukkapatnam. Bukkapatnam, the small town which was blessed to host little Sathya during his childhood while he pursued his elementary school. Not only this fascinating incident about the chair getting stuck to the teacher, it is this holy locale that witnessed many of young Sathya's childhood exploits, literary prowess, astounding creativity, and awakening miracles and messages. Just like in this incident, when Mehboob Khan came, Sathya stepped down and the teacher rose. Sathya Sai indeed descended so that each one of us can rise. Sai Ram and welcome to this special episode of Prasanthi Chronicles on Bukkapatnam. I am on a lovely hillock 4 kilometers from Puttaparthi in the outskirts of Bukkapatnam. From here, you can have a scenic panoramic view of our precious hamlet, Prasanthi Nilayam. Bukkapatnam is indeed special, not only because it has the proximity of Puttaparthi, but also because before Bhagawan declared his avatarhood in Uravakonda, he prepared everyone for that watershed moment through the leelas he enacted in this beautiful village, Bukkapatnam. In fact, on some occasions, while talking about the glory of Puttaparthi, Swami would refer to Bukkapatnam too, and Swami would say Puttaparthi is located close by to that town, which was ruled by the virtuous king, Bukkaraya.
Pravahinchune puri parithiga payalai,
that which proceeds eternally,
Chitravati nadivi chitragatudu,
and that has been the way the Chitravati flows.
Kanune pattana kalyanakaramuga chuttunu melaina chutatarlu,
and we find the kind of beautiful trees all around that auspicious city.
Kaapundurne pudi kadalnalgiti endu Parvatishwarulu eppudu payakunda,
and we find the presiding deities Parvati Parameshwara over there.
Mandaramani galutinchi mendu mahima,
and we find the mystery in the glory
Chikkavadiyaru gattina cherivutoda,
and we find the kind of all the facilities over there. And it stands for all the glory. And that Puttaparthi stands for all this glory and for all this grandeur.
Puttaparthi ante emtani artham?
What is the meaning of Puttaparthi?
Parthi anaga
Parthi means light.
I'm in the presence of the Varagiri Venkataramana Swami temple in Bukkapatnam. It's a lovely trek to reach here. When you travel from Puttaparthi, even before you enter Bukkapatnam, is this serene shrine overlooking this beautiful area. What is special here, apart from its unique location, is that Swami, as little Sathya, used to walk through the fields all these 4 kilometers and first come to this shrine and then spend time here with his playmates. Stories wrapped in the womb of time talk about this tree, which, like the legendary Kalpavriksha tree in Puttaparthi, is a chosen one. Young Sathya used to pluck a variety of fruits, mangoes, apples, oranges from this tree and distribute them to his little friends. This area was indeed a divine playground. One can be lost just sitting here and imagining that playful sport of sweet little Sai. Life for Sathya as a teenager was not easy. In those days, he used to live with his grandfather in a hut in Puttaparthi. Every morning, he would wake up very early, clean the hut, prepare lunch and breakfast for his grandfather, serve him food. Himself, he would just have ragi porridge as his breakfast and quickly begin his walk to the school through the mud, through the slush and the stones. As if life was not tough enough for Sathya, there were some students who were jealous of him. So on the way, they would hurt, rag and ridicule him. Sathya was always neatly dressed. His hair was well combed, his clothes were ironed and clean. He wore 2 dots on his head, vibhuti and kumkum. He was a picture of serenity and beauty. But some of these mischievous urchins could not stomach his goodness. They would manhandle Sathya in the sands and douse him in the waters of the river to ruin his clothes and looks. Some would even throw prickly balls at his thick hair and fling mud on his clothes and run away. But Sathya was all the time unruffled and calm. He would never bear ill will against them. He would still smile. In response, do you know what Sathya would do? He would tutor some of the students of the same school freely so that they did well in the exams. Unconditional love was walking on earth. Unfortunately, not many had realized that. This is the school in Bukkapatnam where Sathya was studying. The attendance register here shows his name. Many revealing incidents unfolded in these classrooms. One day, when Sathya answered a question well, the teacher asked Sathya to slap the other dull students so that they learn a lesson because Sathya was the class leader. Sathya went to them, but instead of hitting them, he gently touched their cheeks. Seeing this, the teacher got angry. He chided Sathya, saying, "Have I asked you to apply turmeric on their faces? I will show you how to hit." And he hit Sathya a few hard slaps. But Sathya, as always, was not affected in the least. He was the same picture of peace and serenity. Once a teacher raised his cane to punish Sathya. Sathya also unquestioningly offered his palm. The teacher, who was about to hit, suddenly stopped. He was shocked and petrified. That's because on Sathya's hand, he saw not the tiny soft palm, but the mysterious appearance of Shirdi Sai. Even as Sathya was teaching everyone not to hit or hate, at the same time, he was awakening in everyone around the connection between Shirdi Sai and Sathya Sai. Because the day of announcement was soon approaching. In front of the school is this beautiful temple complex with shrines of Lord Lakshminarayana Swami and Hanuman. Earlier, it had shrines of Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Mother Sita too. All these temples are more than 700 years old, built by the great King Krishnadevaraya, who is hailed as one of the noblest rulers of Indian history. Sathya spent a lot of time here with his friends whenever they had a free hour in the class. In one of the rooms in this temple complex lived a pious couple, G. Subbarao and his wife Tippamma. Tippamma would walk around all these temples every day, and she would often notice Sathya in this Hanuman temple. Sathya would be with his playmates, and with a wave of his hand, he would materialize the materials needed for worship. She once saw Sathya creating out of nowhere a beautiful picture of Shirdi Sai, and Tippamma would watch all this, wide-eyed and stupefied. After materializing all the puja materials, Swami's hand would again go up in the air, and now fruits and dry fruits would appear. Swami would take these fruits and dry fruits and mix them with powdered sugar and gleefully start distributing them to all the children around. Some of the children would ask, "From where did you get all this, Sathya?" And Sathya would simply smile and say, "You know what? There is a Shakti, there is a Satyamma which gives me all this. Don't even talk about it to anyone, otherwise he will stop giving me." So such were the scintillating sport of sweet little Sathya in Bukkapatnam. This is one other place where Sathya would spend a lot of free time. A little on the outskirts of Bukkapatnam, this is the shrine of goddess Chaudamma. Mother Chaudamma has been the village deity of Bukkapatnam for generations. All the village folk gather here on every Tuesday and Friday to offer their salutations to Chaudamma, who they believe is their protector. Very quiet and serene and clean. Bhagawan would come here after lunch just to be alone. Little Sathya would be lost in thought in the quietness that pervaded in this place. Given that this place had good drinking water, Sathya would rest a while here, quench his thirst, and return to school every afternoon. Legend has it that centuries ago, when the road between Bukkapatnam and Kottecheru was being constructed, it was constantly being swept away by the waters. It was at this point that this deity emerged from the waters, and once she was installed, the construction happened smoothly. The villagers believe that it is their faith in goddess Chaudamma which protects them from man-made and natural disasters. Perhaps to recharge this shrine and bolster the faith of the people of Bukkapatnam for their own protection, that Swami visited this shrine often during his childhood. As a school student here, Sathya mesmerized everyone with his dancing and literary skills. Those were the days India was still under the British rule, and once a freedom fighter asked Sathya to write a poem to inspire patriotism in the village folk here. Bhagawan himself talks about this.
ఒక కమ్యూనిస్ట్ లీడర్ వచ్చి, బాబు నీవేమో చాలా బాగా కవిత్వం కడతావట, మా యొక్క లీడర్ దీనిపైన ఒక కవిత్వం కట్టి పాడండి అన్నారు.
One person approached Bhagawan when he was so young, and he said that you are an excellent composer. Why don't you compose a poem on our leader?
అప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను, ఒక తొట్టె తీసుకొని రామన్నాను.
And he wanted a small,
చిన్న పిల్లలు ఊపేటువంటిది.
oh, he wanted a swing to be brought, cradle to be brought.
అప్పుడు నేను ఒక పాట అప్పుడే చేశాను.
Bhagawan composed it then and there itself.
ఏడువకు పసిబాల ఏడువకు తండ్రి, ఏడిస్తే నిన్ను భరత వీరుడనరయ్యా, జో జో.
It was a finest piece of lullaby. Oh my dear child, don't cry. If you cry, you cannot be a warrior, a worthy citizen of Bharat.
ఏడువకు పసిబాల ఏడువకు తండ్రి, ఏడిస్తే నిన్ను భరత వీరుడనరయ్యా, జో జో. హంతకుడు హిట్టరు అమర రష్యాపై దండెత్తి వచ్చెనని జడిసి ఏడ్చితివా, జో జో. హిట్టరును చంపుటకు ఎర్ర సైన్యంబు వీరుడవు స్థాళీలు కలరు ఏడువకు, జో జో. ఐక్యతగా ప్రజలంతా చేరి పోరాడి స్వాతంత్రమును పొందగలరు ఏడువకు, జో జో. ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క పాటలు రాసి ప్రజల లోపల కూడాను మంచి ఆనందకరమైనటువంటి యొక్క లాలిపాటలుగా అందరికీ ప్రచారం చేసేవాడిని.
The compositions of Bhagawan, they were received very well by the whole public. They were very happy about these compositions.
After Sathya composed this, many political parties came to him asking him to write for them. But Sathya declined all these offers, and Sathya said, I don't belong to any political party. I have nothing to do with political parties. All parties belong to me. I belong to all. In fact, some people gave Sathya clothes and money as a remuneration for the compositions he made. Sathya immediately distributed them to the needy. Like this, Bhagawan composed many poems with pertinent messages to reform society, to remove from people's mind the distinctions based on caste and class, to inspire compassion and infuse in people pride for their own culture. All of us know how Bhagawan led the Pandari Bhajan group to perform in all these areas, including in Bukkapatnam.
పిల్లల్ని పిలిచాను, పండర భజన చేయండి.
And Bhagawan wanted boys to do Pandari Bhajan.
మంచి కాడకి గజ్జలు కట్టుకునేది,
and they should have all that which is needed.
మంచి తాళం తీసుకునేది,
and they also picked up the cymbals.
మంచి ఎగురుతూ పోయి పిల్లలంతా కూడా బజారులో కూడా అందరినీ నిద్రపోయేటువంటి వారు కూడా మేలుకొల్పేటండి.
Boys sing, dance along the streets, waking up everybody in the neighborhood.
తెల్లవారు 7 గంటల వరకు లేచేటువంటి వారు కాదు ఆ గ్రామంలో.
That was the situation. People didn't get up
కానీ
even
నేను
at
ఈ
7
పిల్లల
o'clock in
చేత
the
భజన
morning.
చేపించడం చేత 5 గంటలకే లేచి
Because of this bhajan
స్నానాలు
singing,
చేసి భగవత్ ప్రార్థనలు జరిపేటువంటి వాళ్ళు
because of singing along the street, people woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
కరతాళములను చేపట్టి దట్టిలంబిగ జుట్టి కామక్రోధముల కొట్టి ఈ షిరిడి మార్గము బట్టి జై జై రంగా జై జై సాయి జై జై అనుచును రయమున రండి.
Taking symbols, we proceed towards the Shirdi. Come on, dance. Step after step, let us reach Shirdi. That was the song composed by him.
లేపినట్టుగా వాళ్ళు లేపించేది.
And that's the way people woke up.
అప్పుడు అందరూ లేచేటువంటి వాళ్ళు.
All people
అదే నగర సంకీర్తన.
That was the mark at the beginning of Nagar
ఎప్పుడు నేను
Sankirtan.
ప్రారంభించాను?
When it was
ఈ
commenced.
శరీరమునకు 7వ సంవత్సరము.
Bhagawan started this movement of Nagar Sankirtan at the age of 7.
ఈ సుబ్బమ్మ పాపం రాత్రి పండుకునేటువంటి ఈ భజన లోపల నాకు చూస్తే ఏమంటాడో ఏమో అని నాకు తెలియకుండా వెనక వచ్చి ఆమె కూడా తాళాలు కొట్టుకుంటూ వచ్చేటువంటిది.
Subbamma also used to join the chorus in a silent way.
ఈ విధంగా కూడాను పుట్టినప్పటి నుంచి కూడాను ఈ శరీరము ప్రచార ప్రబోధనలోనే కాలంలో కావించుకుంటూ వచ్చింది.
Right from the beginning, the advent of Bhagawan has been centered around this activity of disseminating knowledge, passing on the sacred teaching to the world.
ఈ పండర భజన చేస్తుంటే పల్లెల నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి వాళ్ళు
People from the neighboring villages also attended, but this
ఈ పండర
Pandara
భజన
Bhajan,
లోపల అందరూ తన్మయత్తులైపోయేటువంటి వాళ్ళు.
all have forgotten themselves in ecstasy.
The people of Bukkapatnam experienced Sathya's protective hand every other day. Once, Swami's sister Venkama was building a house and there was a large pile of wet bricks waiting to be baked. But suddenly, the sky became dark and menacing. It was going to rain, and if it rained, all her effort would be reduced to a mound of clay. So Venkama's neighbors told her to hurry up and cross the other bank of Chitravati and get sugarcane leaves to cover the wet bricks. Thus, a long line of men, women and children started crossing the river bank so that they can get these leaves in time. Sathya also joined them. As Sathya was running, suddenly he stopped and he asked everyone to halt, and he announced to Venkama, "Venkama, Vana Radu," meaning, "Oh Venkama, it is not going to rain." And sure enough, as Sathya raised his tiny palm towards the skies, suddenly the clouds started scattering away as if in a hurry, and the day brightened up magically. Everyone returned to their homes, heaving a sigh of relief, stunned at Sathya's power yet another time. More than his power, the love that the people of Bukkapatnam have experienced since the 1940s is so edifying and moving. As an alumnus of the Bukkapatnam school, Bhagawan started looking after this school since 1947 itself. And in 1951, he completely revamped the facilities of the school, making it a high school. The school has expanded since then, and this is one of the higher wings of the same school. Perhaps this institution is Bhagawan's very first project in his education mission, which started way back in the 1940s. After Bhagawan declared his avatarhood, Bhagawan would visit the school very often to counsel the teachers and the staff. He equipped the school with musical instruments, with a library, with a sound system, a radio receiver, furniture, uniforms for the children, and so on. And Swami himself would preside over the special functions of the school, like the school day. It was on one such school day function in 1951 that Swami asked Professor Kasturi to address the students. When Professor Kasturi rose to speak, Swami got it announced that Professor Kasturi is a PhD when he was not a doctorate. So Professor Kasturi immediately fell at Bhagawan's feet and said, "Swami, I'm not entitled to be called a PhD." Swami simply smiled and patted him and said, "No, you are a PhD." Professor Kasturi then asked Swami, "Of which university?" Bhagawan then emphatically said, "Puttaparthi University." This happened in 1951. 30 years later, Professor Kasturi was alive to see how Bhagawan unfurled the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in 1981. For that prophetic statement of Bhagawan, Puttaparthi University, Professor Kasturi was the instrument, and this school in Bukkapatnam was the stage chosen. On March 13, 1964, when Bhagawan visited Bukkapatnam, speaking to all the people here, Swami said, "The Mahashakti, the supreme power which has manifested in your neighborhood, and the Mahabhakti, the supreme devotion of people radiating from that place, has given this town plentiful benefits." And Swami said, the Bukkapatnam school is just one evidence of that grace. Talking about Bhagwan's love for his alma mater and his classmates, during the 75th birthday celebrations, out of the blue, Swami called upon his classmate from Bukkapatnam and asked him to speak in the Sai Baba hall. In fact, Swami would often talk to him and inquire with him about the welfare of the people of Bukkapatnam.
అంతేకాదు స్వామి చాలా నిరాడంబరమైనటువంటి జీవితం గడిపినటువంటి స్వామి. విద్యార్థుల మాదిరి విలాసవంతమైన జీవితం లేకుండా ఎంతో నిరాడంబరమైనటువంటి జీవితాన్ని గడిపేవారు మహానుభావుడు స్వామి. ఒక సమయంలో తన దుస్తులు తానే కూడా శుభ్రపరచుకుని తొడిగేటువంటి వారు స్వామి. ఎక్కువ దుస్తులు లేకుండా 2-3 జతలతోనే స్వామి తన విద్యార్థి కాలాన్ని అంతా కూడా గడిపారంటే స్వామి ఎంత ఆదర్శంగా నడుచుకున్నారో అప్పటికే మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. ఒకనాడు స్వామి ఒక చొక్కా వేసుకొని వస్తే అది కొద్దిగా చిరిగినట్టుగా నాకు కనపడింది. నాకు చాలా బాధ కలిగింది. అయ్యో స్వామి ఇటువంటి చొక్కాను ధరించారే అని చాలా బాధ కలిగి, అప్పుడు నాకు మా కుటుంబానికి బట్టల కొట్టు నింది. అప్పుడు నేను స్వామికి ఒక చొక్కాకు బట్ట తీసుకొని స్వామి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి, స్వామి స్వీకరించమని నేను ప్రార్థించాను. ఎంతో భంగపోయినాను. అయితే స్వామి అంగీకరించలేదు. వద్దునైనా నీ ప్రేమ చాలు నాకు అని స్వామి అది కూడా తీసుకోవడం లేదు. ఆ విధంగా స్వామి చిన్ననాటి నుంచినే నేటి వరకు కూడా స్వామి ఇవ్వడమే కానీ తీసుకోవడం లేదనేటు స్వామి చెప్పినట్టు విషయాలు ప్రత్యక్షంగా మా బాల్య జీవితంలో అనుభవించిన విషయాలను తమకు మనవి చేసుకుంటున్నాం.
Even though we do not have Bhagwan's classmate from Bukkapatnam, Mr. G.V. Satyanarayana, with us now, but we have his son, Mr. G. Prakash, and he lives in the same house which Bhagwan visited many years ago.
స్వామి నాన్నగారు ఇక్కడ బుక్కపట్నం ఎలిమెంటరీ స్కూల్లో కలిసి చదువుకున్నారు. వారి స్నేహితము, వారి విశ్వాసము లాస్ట్ వరకు కొనసాగింది. ఎప్పుడు పుట్టపర్తి వెళ్ళినా మందిరంలో స్వామి పలకరించేవారు. ఒక్క దసరా టైంలో స్వామి దగ్గరగా పోయినా కానీ అది ఎందువల్ల పలకరించలేదు. నాన్నగారికి కొంత మనస్తాపం చెంది బుక్కపట్నం వచ్చినాక లెటర్ రాసినారు స్వామికి. స్వామి మీరు నన్ను చూసి కూడా పలకరించలేదు, నాలో ఏమైనా తప్పుందా అని అడిగారు. దానికి స్వామి మళ్ళా ప్రత్యుత్తరం రాస్తూ, అప్పుడు జనాలు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి సెలవు ఇవ్వడంలో నిన్ను మాట్లాడించేకి వీలు కాలేదు, కానీ నా హృదయంలో నీకుండే స్థానము పదిలంగా ఎప్పుడూ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని గురించిన విచారం నీకు అక్కర్లేదు అట్లా అని కూడా స్వామి మళ్ళా ప్రత్యుత్తరం రాశారు. ఇక్కడ భజన మందిరము, కళ్యాణ మండపం హిందువులకు, ముస్లిమ్స్కు వేరే భజన మందిరము, కళ్యాణ మండపం కట్టించారు. తర్వాత హై స్కూల్ బిల్డింగ్, మొదట హై స్కూల్ ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్ చేసింది స్వామి వల్లనే. అక్కడ గవర్నమెంట్కు డిపాజిట్ చేయాల్సిన అమౌంట్ డిపాజిట్ చేసి ప్రప్రథమంగా బుక్కపట్నంలో ఓపెన్ అయింది. ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ జిల్లా అధ్యక్షులుగా ఉన్నారు నాన్నగారు. 25 ఏళ్ళు సేవ చేసుకున్నారు. ఇక్కడ ఒక జిల్లా కాన్ఫరెన్స్ జరిగింది. అయితే స్టేట్ ఆర్గనైజర్స్ అంతా కూడా వచ్చారు. అప్పుడు స్వామి మన ఇంటికి వచ్చి ఇక్కడ అందరినీ ఆశీర్వాదం చేసి వెళ్ళారు. తర్వాత కాలేజీ బిల్డింగ్ తయారైనాక ఓపెన్ చేసేకి వచ్చినప్పుడు ముందు రోజే వెళ్ళి నాన్నగారు స్వామిని ప్రార్థించారు, మీరు ఈసారి వచ్చినప్పుడు బుక్కపట్నం మా ఆతిథ్యం తీసుకోవాలని. స్వామి దానికి ఆమోదించి ఈ స్కూల్ ఓపెనింగ్ అయినాక సేవాదల్ వాళ్ళను నా వెంట రాండి, వాళ్ళ ఇంటిలో గలాట జరగకుండా ప్రశాంతంగా నా దర్శనం అది చేయడానికి అని స్వామి వచ్చి ఇక్కడ ఇంట్లో భజన చేయించి ఆతిథ్యం తీసుకొని అందరినీ ఆశీర్వదించి వెళ్ళారు. ఏ చిన్న కార్యక్రమానికి ఆహ్వానించినా ఆయన తప్పకుండా రావడము, ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్నంతా నిర్విఘ్నంగా జరిగేలాగిన ఆశీర్వదించడము. ఒకసారి చౌడేశ్వరి టెంపుల్లో, లక్ష్మీనారాయణ స్వామి టెంపుల్లో వైరింగ్ చేయించారు. ఆ లైటింగ్ స్విచ్చాలకు ఆహ్వానిస్తే స్వామి వచ్చి నేను చిన్నప్పుడు ఆడుకున్న స్థలాలు అవి అని ఆప్యాయతగా స్విచ్ ఆన్ చేసి ఉపన్యాసం ఇచ్చి అందరినీ ఆనందపరిచి వెళ్ళాను.
On July 18, 1961, Bhagawan was here to gift illumination to this temple, Lakshmi Narayana Swami temple. Bhagawan switched on the lights, and for the very first time, the temple was glowing with electric lights. On that occasion, Swami said, "Yes, I have lit the light here today, but it is not the Lord within the shrine of the temple that needs illumination." Swami said, "Each one of you is a moving temple with the Lord enshrined in your hearts. Where we have to switch on is the light of your inner consciousness. Ensure that this light within shines bright and clear." Bhagawan went on to add on that day, the names Puttaparthi and Bukkapatnam, surrounded by these little hills, are today resounding even in the Himalayas. And Swami said, each one of you has the responsibility to live up to that reputation and respect. And the way to do it, Swami said, is to lead lives full of love, humility, acceptance, and equanimity. Learning from his life, let us pray that these virtues grow and glow in us, whether we are alumni of Bhagavan's institutions or devotees who love Puttaparthi, so that we too can play a small role in his story and glory, just like this little town Bukkapatnam has done.